Hey folks. So here we are. Alex is away this week, so joining me is Corey.
Hello, I'm Corey.
If you don't know Corey, Corey is one of our friends and actors and writer and also a game dev,
Yeah.
IRL. So, yeah, everyone knows Corey though. This week I really wanted to play Bloodborne, and I wanted to talk about horror in action games and kind of like dreams, nightmares. And I also kind of wanted to play Bloodborne. So here we are. What are you going to do about it?
I wanted to watch Cam play Bloodborne.
As do we all. I hate fruit
I'm
flies.
going to kill it. It will pass within my reach.
It will. One day it will make a mistake, and that day will end. All right, so shall we get going?
Yeah. Let's do this thing.
All right. I'm actually going to make us small and
All right.
try to avoid the middle. Nope. There we go. Hit the wrong thing. Play online.
We don't have the DLC.
Apparently we do not have the DLC. This save data cannot be used until the DLC is downloaded again. I hate my life.
How new game
I don't know how new game.
from this menu? That's the share button.
No. No.
You have to accept. You have to just give it what it wants, and then you have freedom again.
Okay. X. No. So here we are downloading. Oh, Penelope, did you bonk your head?
Several times.
Oh no. Library. Well, I cannot. I thought we owned the old hunters.
Well, that would explain how the save got on there with that DLC information.
Yeah. Bloodborne. Ugh. Okay.
We can like it.
I suppose we could.
Watch us navigate the PlayStation Store.
So good. Play these. No.
Bloodborne did not make the order. That's wrong.
Yeah.
The original soundtrack.
No, we're on the right account.
Yep. We are on Graham's account.
We have to be on Graham's account. We already own this. I've played this on stream. You guys have watched me play this on stream. Wait, no, did I just...
Yeah.
No, I hit
But
back.
it'll make you confirm. Yes.
Maybe if we just change profiles.
Hold the PS button and log out.
No, go
Yeah,
away.
Just,
Hold it. I don't know.
well, I
Consoles.
think power settings?
Power,
Log out.
log out.
Yeah.
All right, this is sweet.
The passerby, I hold no degrees. I have a diploma in computer systems technology.
Maybe it's on my account.
Did you buy things?
Nope. The disc is in the thing, right?
Disc?
I thought you got the disc.
No. We gave that back to Alex.
Okay.
Oh, I texted Graham. I thought he would tell you.
No.
No.
Graham.
Oh, thank you, Pusherman 555. Apparently, I hold a degree in winning.
Oh. Why can't we just play it without the DLC?
How do start new game? What if we delete save?
Okay.
It'll be in the memory settings.
Memory settings? Do you know how to... I've never actually... I don't use...
They just did an update to the UI, so I don't know. No. Where is it? Ugh. Yep. This. That one.
Okay. Easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So that should be it.
Okay. We tried to play offline, it didn't let us start either. This does honk on Bobo, Arclight Dynamo. So, okay, hold on, I need to adjust my chair because Smunge can land over here. What I wanted to talk about with Bloodborne is, again, I wanted to talk about horror in games. And the way that what horror actually is. Like, we need a working definition if we want to talk about genre, right?
Right.
So the one I like the best is that horror is the thing that frightens us that also fascinates us. That being the thing that you can't look away from, or the thing that compels you forward. In contrast, and this is something Anne Radcliffe wrote about, you have terror, which is the thing that frightens you, but you can, or that
Can't look at.
That, you know, it's the thing that comes out of the dark and goes boo at
Right.
you, and that startles you. And those are very different things.
For example.
Yeah. Now, sometimes, frequently, you have one in service of the other.
Yarnum is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin?
So here we are about to enter the dream.
But first, you'll need a contract.
Do we do subs? Do they pop up?
What we'll do is we will thank subs at the end of stream in
Alright.
order to not
Interrupt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a lady hunter.
Nice.
What should we name her? Back. No. I'm gonna go with the name I usually use from this. Which I cribbed from Arcadia, but whatever, I like it. Origin, well, obviously.
Waste of skin.
Yeah, it's a good origin. And the only thing I really want to change is hair.
No ponytail?
I don't like the ponytail so much. Face details is it in? Face shape, hair, facial hair, hair color. The braid looks really good, I think. Because it animates well. But there's also, like... The correct move in Bloodborne, I think, is to play, like, somebody that looks like they wrote one perfect poem and then died. Probably of typhus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coughing up blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, let's do it. So, it's hard to talk about or be given something called blood ministration and not want to talk a bit about body horror.
Yes.
So body horror is actually like a surprisingly broad thing because like two of the films that I think about when I think of body horror are very different. One is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which you don't normally think about as a very cerebral horror movie. Like, if you're not familiar with it, you
I
think of
haven't
it
seen
as
it.
very much as a slasher movie.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I've
There's
heard.
Leatherface. He goes around and he kills people with a chainsaw.
Right.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But it's actually much slower than that, and more unsettling than that, because what happens is that you encounter Leatherface, and you go from being a person with a personality and a backstory who's had all kinds of other conversations with other people into convulsing meat. And the transformation is like it snap. There we go. It's very fast, right? Like, and that's kind of that is a body horror moment, right? It reminds you that
You're made of meat.
yeah, that you're always made of meat.
Yeah.
Right? That you are like flesh and blood, and that the transformation from being a thinking thing to being a non-thinking lump of stuff is very fragile. The line between it is very short. And here we are, hallucinating about a beast rising out of a pool of blood, and we've just been given a blood transfusion. What could that mean? Probably nothing, right?
No, totally nothing.
Totally nothing.
It's a mystery.
But it is incinerated, luckily, saving us.
But that gives the thing a reality. Like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be kind of like hallucinating in this state.
Yeah, well, this is very dreamlike,
Yeah.
right? And we are saved by little friends who don't really seem very friendly right now. They seem actually quite upsetting.
Very.
Like, these are scary.
Definitely soul sucking.
Yeah. And
You found yourself a hunter.
the other body horror film that it immediately springs to mind for me is Alien. And someone I follow on Twitter actually had a very good read on that film, because they said, and this clarified it tremendously for me. She said that Alien is about the fear that hold on, we can't have the Kirk. I don't want to be doing hammer punches. There we go. There we go. There's the transform. Is about the fear that your body can be violated in a way that not only, like, completely destroys you,
Right.
but turns you into a mechanism for perpetrating that same violation.
Okay. Because like the violation aspect of that is really super apparent, but the transforming you into something that can do the same thing is not. But
Yeah.
that is, I think,
Like,
accurate.
I think that's a very good read on it. So here we are, we wake up, and we're in an abandoned place. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. And we're in this ruined environment, right? Like, this place is decrepit, it's falling apart.
But it's also very like academic
Yeah. Like
and
it's
laboratory.
and it's very elaborate, right? Like, this is decrepit, but also like ramshackle. Let's see if I remember how to play this game.
I think you go behind them.
Oh, fuck. Usually I'm able to kill this guy, but I don't even remember how to stun them anymore. Like, the elements of body horror can show up in a lot of different ways. So, like, whether something is body horror or not is... I mean, it's a useful tool for trying to interpret things and assign meaning to them, but, like, arguing over whether a piece of media constitutes it or not is not necessarily useful. I'm a big proponent of using, like, lenses to interpret rather than to classify.
Okay.
So here we are, we've died again, apparently, and we wake up in this place. Which,
So the game has given you an apparently unbeatable enemy,
yeah,
and because you have no weapons.
but, I mean, we wake up in front of what looks like a chapel or a church. There are graves here. There are, you know, banks of white flowers. This is death, right? We have
Yeah.
died.
Foggy. Yep.
Yeah.
Some sort of limbo.
But here we are. What do you mean, accept gift? They offer us a trick weapon. Employed in beast hunting? What does that even mean?
What you want?
These are all really odd, too. Actually, can we get a description of them? Yeah, okay. What does any of this mean? Right? Like, where does this knowledge come from? Right? Do we just know this? Is this something that we actually came here understanding?
Right.
Like, this is where some of my questions in this game come from, like, just not knowing what to do. I want to take the cleaver because I think it's a weird weapon.
It's fun.
Yeah. And because we see a lot of weapons in Bloodborne, like a lot of the enemies that we'll encounter early on, and they also gave us a gun, which they say is also useful in beast hunting. We see a lot of people holding things like swords and axes and clubs, but we get like this weird saw cleaver, like clearly an improvised weapon.
Or an adaptable weapon, or like clearly made for a purpose.
Yeah, like this is a place that where, you know, they know what a sword looks like, they know what an axe looks like, but we get this? Why? Why this? And we can also leave messages for other hunters. Weird. This is all very weird, right? This seems like... Well, I mean, this is called the Hunter's Dream. We get told that right away. So what does that make the other world that we woke up in? Right? Does that make it a nightmare world?
Just not the dream.
Yeah, it's not the dream. Like when you have the dream and someplace else, that implies the real world. But what if that's not the real world either? Because we woke up as much there as we woke up here.
Alright, so we're back indoors, back in the lab.
And we travel via lantern now.
These little skelefriends.
Mm-hmm. Like, what is the game? What are we being told?
Well, now you've got another chance for revenge.
Yeah. Hello.
Like, I think the enemy has a low health bar in this case.
Yeah.
Just to make you think you can.
Yeah.
So that you do engage with it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm using all my Dark Souls skills, and I've forgotten that L1
No, this is a different game.
Yeah, very different
game.
You can tell because the buttons have all been mapped differently. And here we come back holding, holding objects that we found in a dream. Right. Well, let's go back to where we started.
Are you?
I don't know what that means.
And we don't know why.
What?
But I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do. Now,
Why did you give me a vial of blood?
and good hunting.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Well, clearly she's very helpful.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Is there any story reason why this one's damaged?
I don't think so.
Why it doesn't recover any health when you die?
Well, I mean, like, they could have quite easily just made it an enemy with, like, a smaller health total, but they've made it damaged, right?
Yeah.
Like, is this the one from our dream? Doesn't
It
seem
caught on
right,
fire.
because this one isn't burned at all.
Yeah.
You would think that would be So this one is injured and has come here to the clinic? Maybe. Maybe this is somebody else who woke up here, who succumbed in the way that we did not.
Right.
Right? Like maybe this was somebody who was also
Infected or
seeking
transfused.
treatment, right? Maybe that's what would have happened to us if not for the messengers. Now that I know, yeah.
Clever Kermish is asking if the fact that we're holding weapons given to us in a dream implies that we cannot trust the barrier between perception and reality.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know if we have enough information at this time to even think that.
Like, perception is reality, right? Like, that's kind of the point of the whole, like, am I a man dreaming I'm a butterfly, or a butterfly dreaming I'm a man? I should have practiced this a bit before I...
Streamed it?
Yeah.
Now we see a human.
Who was carrying an axe. And
angry and screamy.
Yeah, and he tried to kill us. We acted in self-defense. That was self-defense. You all saw it.
This big lever next to an object, an item that we have to pick up. So
yeah, there's a dead body here. What's happened in this place? Presumably there weren't just corpses everywhere when we showed up here.
Not a corpse. Just resting for a bit.
Yeah. Why did we do that? We reached inside that man and ripped out something. That seems like an odd thing to have an intuition for.
Now you're going up and you get a vantage point.
Yeah, what was noise? So, like, in other From Software games, you see a lot of, like, ascent and descent motifs. Like, it's everywhere in Dark Souls. So we climb out of the clinic, and we meet...
A window. Gilbert.
Mm-hmm.
We must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done.
Like, this will be the way that we interact with almost everyone in this game.
Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say?
I found this thing. Can you help me? I'm not really interested in blood, but...
All knowledge on blood ministration.
Does that bell always start going off right then?
I don't know. I'm wondering. It's not any particular time right now.
Known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral.
Do you have maybe a handkerchief or something? I'm covered in blood.
Yarnamites don't share much with outsiders.
I'm actually quite frightened.
They wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance.
So now we have a little bit of information and a goal.
A direction.
Somewhat.
All right, well, let's keep going then. We don't need to go back to the Hunter's Dream just yet. So, frequently in dreams, I don't know if this is me, but do you have the experience where you dream about talking with someone, only they're not that person? Like, you might be speaking with a family member, but you know with absolute certainty that it is, you know, not your family member, but in fact a different friend entirely. Almost like that role is being played by someone.
I have dreams where I'm a different person.
Interesting.
But usually the people in my dreams are themselves.
Okay, because I get something very different. Like, my brain has put out a casting call.
Right.
And has picked people from my memory to play certain roles. Like, hey, we need someone to play Cam's mother. Who wants it? All right, you. 4th grade teacher, you got it. Hi. See, these people are all carrying improvised weapons, but very recognizable weapons.
Well, like they're clearly a mob.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, like there are bodies being burned on like crucified bodies being burned.
There are caskets everywhere. There's a lot of death.
Yeah, like something awful has happened here and has been going on for quite a while. Like there are simple wooden caskets, but then there are very elaborately carved ones that are all chained up. Why is the casket chained up?
And I mean, like, the game is called Bloodborne, and you've been told that there's an infection.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
you can kind of assume there's kind of a plague.
Yeah, but it seems slow acting. Fist goes in, guts come out.
Now, is he human?
Good question. Who is this guy? What was this man?
And what did you pull out of him?
Yeah. Apparently it was something important. Yeah, like, crucifixion is not just, like...
Crucifixion's the punishment.
Yeah, it's an execution, right? Especially when, like, okay, you execute people, but you also torture them, and then you set them on fire.
Yep.
Like, that's... something's up here, right? Oh, there's more of them. Okay.
There's
like
also just graves in places that shouldn't have them.
Yeah. This seems very dreamlike to me.
Yeah. I do have dreams with architecture that repeats.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya?
Like, this seems hallucinatory. Fevered, right?
Yeah.
Or febrile. Oh. Didn't want that to be useful. No. Sorry, I had to put more blood back in. You understand. You know how it is. Some of my blood fell out. Because somebody...
Stab you? Oh, with a torch, though.
Yeah.
So really, whose fault is that?
I mean, I'm pretty comfortable assigning blame.
So now this guy, something's up with him.
Yeah.
Very hairy.
Yeah. Like, this guy's arm is too long and it's all furry. These people are not right. Like, these people are all, like, grotesquely malformed. But they seem kind of organized. They seem intent on something.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Yeah, and as you fight them, they will tell you things, like the town is cursed.
You shouldn't be here.
Yep, that you don't belong here. Why don't I belong here? How do you know I don't belong here? what in the shit is even going on?
No, they don't say that one. That one's...
I'm missing my parries. But the game, like, there are design elements here that really encourage you to respond violently, right? Like, I mean, obviously you have weapons, right?
That are just given to you.
And, like, your means of interaction, basically all of your buttons are based around killing things. But when you are injured, the best way to recover health is to attack. Because as you do damage, you can refill your health bar. Right? Like, that encourages aggressive play.
Yep. And risk-taking.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Well, you wanted to talk about risk-reward
Well,
as
like,
well.
it's a big element in, like, the Dark Souls games.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, there's more of that. Because even, like, your own individual stats affects things.
Mm-hmm.
Your insight stat specifically.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, as you gain insight, which is the stat marked by the eye, you see new things, right? Which makes sense for something called insight.
Right, so you have access to more information, and a lot of this game is just about... Like, the reward for this game is information, more or less.
Yeah, okay, I
You
like that.
explore
Right?
more, right? You get information, and then it's about information. Like, you shouldn't know things.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
So
yeah.
It punishes you for learning things as well.
Yes, okay, yeah, yeah. Right, because as you see more things, as your insight stat increases, enemies gain new attack modes as
Yeah.
well.
And you
I-
start to learn the horrible truth about the world.
Yeah.
Like, truth.
Truth.
Because as you said, like, perception is reality, more or less. Which majorly applies in this game.
Also, yeah, as someone pointed out in chat, Garwolf pointed out in chat, you don't, unlike other Souls games, where a shield is a very kind of elemental piece of gear,
Yeah.
and a very important piece of gear that has a lot of uses, here you don't have a shield. There's one shield in the game, and it's terrible. And the game actually, like, lampshades that, right, by saying, you know, only cowards would use this, basically. Like, this is a bad piece of gear that only, like, very novice hunters use. But here you are, without a shield, which makes you very vulnerable. So I'm going to try to avoid most of these guys.
Just don't want to set off the horde.
Yeah. Yeah, someone pointed out in chat. This door is being secured by a dowel.
Yep. But it's very nice because it's like there's just a massively wide corridor that you can't really get away from with all of these chumps in it that can overpower you if you're too aggressive, but give you a really good like feeding ground for experience currency.
Yeah.
And then there's a door with something awful on the other side that you have to think about.
Which is being held by, like, this very flimsy looking pin.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever's on the other side here wants out, and there's nothing much holding it back. But it's being held back. Like, we could sit here all day, and whatever's on the other side of this door would never break through.
Right, and the only thing that will break it through is like you wanting to know what is there.
Yeah.
You want to know what is
What's on the
further
other
up.
side.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's dream logic, right? The door is closed, therefore anything can't get through it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you do the Patronus quiz
Not
on
yet.
Pottermore?
No.
I was a sparrow, or my Patronus was a sparrowhawk, which I like because sparrowhawk is
Earthsea?
Yeah, Earthsea. I was like, Earthsea?
You get to be the hero.
Yeah.
You almost wrecked the entire world.
I'm all about battling my shadow and integrating it with myself.
How long does the quiz take?
Like 30 seconds, actually. I think it asks only about 6 questions.
Hello, Mr. Longarm.
Do I have to do the wind-up attack from behind? I forget now.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, that's the only one that really makes sense.
Because like, they're vulnerable, and then you have to become vulnerable to actually,
Yeah.
yeah,
Swing
get
through with the
commit with the timing.
Yeah.
Because they can always turn around and
Yep.
then wreck you.
It's true. So I'm just gonna wipe out the rest of these guys to maximize my blood echoes. Also, experience in this game is called blood echoes. Why echoes? Why blood? Why XP? Games have XP.
But it's also currency, which is nice.
Yeah. That guy was already dead, yet we took the time to rip out his liver. I mean, good for us, really. These guys also don't communicate with each other. What I said about them being coordinated, not true at all. They seem pretty content to ignore each other's, like, you can massacre them all day, right? As long as they don't see it, they don't care.
Yeah.
But they have apparently killed and crucified and burned one of the giant werewolves that you encountered earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... yeah. Like, we've been given this blood transfusion, this blood administration that we would apparently come here seeking. We know to ask people about it.
Yeah.
We signed a contract, which is, you know, kind of rife with meaning, right? When you make a deal with the devil, right,
It costs you something.
yeah, but you have to make the deal. You have to walk into it kind of eyes open.
Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt.
Nobody's much interested in helping you. They keep referring to you as a hunter.
And it's the night of the hunt.
Yeah.
So everything that's happening can be assumed to be part of the hunt. Especially these nasty, nasty crow things.
Like these crows that are so
squishy
overgrown,
sounding.
they can't
Oh.
even fly.
Yeah.
Right? Like, whatever's affected the people in Yarnum has also affected, you know, the animals. We see these dogs that are, like...
Skeletal.
Yeah. And the crows have been so dramatically affected by it that they can't even, like, get airborne anymore. Let's see if I remember how to do this. No, not the... Don't brick me, bro.
So he's angry and large and he has a brick.
Mm-hmm. But if you hit him with an oil urn and then you set him on fire, he explodes. And that was what was trying to break through.
Oh, there's a tiny dowel on this side too.
Yeah.
No wonder he couldn't get through.
But he didn't pull it out. The door is barred on both sides. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything.
It's fine. Same with all this luggage, like people are trying to move out.
Yeah. It's probably fine.
All the carriages, no horses.
Yeah. Or dead horses in some cases, like out in the street there were
Yeah.
here. Or no, not here.
That's the big guy you just
yeah,
killed.
that's
but-
the ogre I killed.
Yeah.
Not a horse. But
Yeah.
there were horses earlier.
Yeah.
Luckily, we still know how to fast roll.
Why waste time walking?
Huh. Huh. Huh.
They love putting things around corners.
Yep. Puppy. No.
Now that wall is on fire.
Yep. And we're down a Molotov.
We've had some bites taken out of us.
We'll put them back in. No problem. No. That's the wrong button.
Yes. Murder. So close to dead.
So very close to dead. Gotta put some blood back in. Yeah, refill on blood. Okay. A lot of our blood fell out, but don't worry, we stocked back up. Quicksilver bullets. Why Quicksilver? I mean, silver is proof against werewolves. I mean, that tracks, but Quicksilver is mercury. Right? It's
Kind of
fluid.
has an alchemy
Yeah.
vibe.
But then again, so does...
Victorian science.
Yeah, well, so does silver, right? Yeah. Also, baby carriages and things.
Yeah. It's not creepy at all.
Nope, I'm sure it's fine. I don't think we want to go this way yet.
But there's just some large dogs.
I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, it's always your choice.
I'm all about making bad choices. Hello. I'm sure this guy is totally gonna kill us.
Oop. Uh-oh. Buddy friend.
Yep. Don't forget where the thing is.
A lot of dead ends.
Lots of dead ends. Now we're being chased by monsters through a labyrinth.
And it's our own fault.
I mean, all I did was hit him with a rock.
And
I don't know why you had to take it so personally.
saw Cleaver a few times.
That's just business. That's apparently how people say hello here. Now I'm killing dogs in cages.
That'll send a message.
Yep.
So, who caged the dogs?
I'm sure it's fine.
Were they like this before or after they got caged?
Yeah. Yeah, when did they change? I mean, yeah.
Or did they change?
Quicksilver has, someone in chat pointed out, Quicksilver was thought to be a treatment for syphilis.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's the thought that these people are trying to be treated by shooting them. I'm going to go open the shortcut just in case we die, getting our hunter set, which is our armor, which I think is forward here a little bit. And, like, the city is enormous, right? It, like, every direction, there's just more city and more city and more city, and it's very haphazard.
It's all wrapped around itself.
Yeah, like, it's... There's no place on Earth that looks like this, right? That's this built up. Well, I mean, there probably are now, but, like, look
Not
at the
in this
scale of...
way.
Yeah, not...
Not with the Gothic architecture.
Yeah. Like, this city feels dreamlike.
shot.
Yeah, we just killed a man in a wheelchair. For reasons.
Because he has a blunderbuss.
Yeah, he does have a blunderbuss. Oh, sorry. When the hunt began, the healing church left us, blocking the great bridge to the cathedral ward, as old Yarnum burned to the ground that moonlit night. Like, this city looks like the way that hive cities in Warhammer 40k are depicted. Right, just layer after layer after layer.
The hunt's one night, right?
Yeah, the night of the hunt. It seems to be an event that is recurring.
Yeah.
A periodic event. But who knows how often how often hunts occur and how long a night lasts. Right?
Yeah.
Like, we will advance the story by, like, we'll advance the time by completing certain things. Like when we kill Vicar Amelia. When we kill Vicar Amelia. It will become full-on night.
Right.
But only by doing certain things, not just by not by just like sitting around will time advance.
I feel like that also makes it kind of dreamlike, like that stagnant time.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of time to do what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like too much time for one night. But
Yeah.
in this state,
Like 30 hours worth of time.
yeah.
Hello.
Dark Alter 2000's asking, does the time change or just your perception of it?
Well,
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing, really. Maybe time represents something else here. Like maybe,
The state of the world?
yeah, time passes, and while time is passing, you're also, the orbit of the planet is changing, right? And those are very different things, maybe. Time passes, and on a completely orthogonal axis, the moon comes out. And it gets dark, and the sun goes down. Is that a correct use of orthogonal? We'll say it is. Okay. Square is heal. Or triangle is heal, square is use.
Alright,
Get in there. Get in there.
we'll get this. All these little fishies.
Yeah. Hey, friends.
There's one of them there dead horses.
Yeah. You gonna come over here?
No, he's busy. Waiting for snacks to fall. Just that awful noise.
Yeah, they make the worst noise. Like, just the worst noise. I'm not going to fight that beast just yet, because I want to get better armor first.
Which one is that, the church beast?
I forget what its actual name is. Yeah, it's something like that, though. It's like Church Beast or
Chapel beast?
Chapel Beast? That sounds right. Cleric Beast? Something Beast.
Cleric.
Beast mode. Are these two going to show up and wreck my shit from behind? They didn't decide to reset.
There they are.
Beast. Oh, hi there.
Yeah.
And even after it's dead, you can continue wailing on it, right? for like half a second as it's dying
It's got a big body.
to regain health. I just want to find
Chop,
the
chop.
other one.
There it is.
Like, the game rewards you for being very bloodthirsty, right?
Well, there's even like an origin that's that way, isn't there?
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's shit. Be aggressive. Don't get fancy, be aggressive.
I'm gonna eat a scum.
Yeah. What are these?
Chocolate.
Kick. Split it?
You can.
Okay.
They're okay.
They're okay? Normally I like my chocolate frozen.
Me too.
We've died, but now we're alive again.
Back in the world, not in the Hunter's Dream.
That's nice.
All our friends are returned.
All the people we've killed are alive again.
I like how he's just got that little light on that chair, just so you'll look over there.
Yep. It draws your attention.
So you'll just be like, what is this?
And you're like, oh, it's somebody in a wheelchair. I wonder if he'll be my
Yelling
friend. Kaboom!
upstairs.
The first time I encountered that guy, I was wondering, oh, is this an NPC I can interact with? It just says, like, the noise of the blunderbuss forming a suction cup with my chest. Hit, and I'm like, oh. I guess I'm gonna get shot now.
That'll teach you for curiosity.
So we can't escape. We can't just die and leave. Okay, now we're going to look at the mechanism by which we recover our souls. Haha, idiot.
Too fat.
That feel when you're too cut to get through the door.
I wouldn't know that feel. I'm still bipedal.
True. Is there a comment here? Once you become a beast, there is no returning to the realms of men? Or is this just a convenient way to cheese out the enemies? Definitely seems to be. I grow bored.
He grows fire.
If only we could all grow fire. Ow!
Revengi.
Fuck a donut. Okay, he knocked some of our blood out, but that's gonna be okay, because we have plenty more that we found on the ground. Just on the ground.
Just blood, you know. Yes.
So before we go down there, I want to go...
Ugh. Friends.
Where are our souls? Where are our souls?
Weren't they on that side?
They should have been.
Unless they got picked up.
I mean, maybe one of those guys picked them up then. Because neither of the werewolves had them. Or beasts, or whatever we're
Yeah.
calling them.
Maybe
Definitely
they're just around
werewolves,
the
though.
fountain.
I hate the dogs in Souls games so much.
So dancy?
Yeah, and they've got really high, what's the stat? Priority? So they almost always land their hits before you do.
There it is. large brick friend here to smash.
Oh, cool.
Nope, dog.
Okay, we're gonna need to,
Lay on the ground for a little while.
apparently, yeah. Good to know. That's an AoE attack, actually. Lycanthropes. Or you could just say werewolves.
Yeah, I do. Kill the fly.
Flawlessly parry the executioners, get murdered by dogs. It is the way of all things. You have something I need.
I mean, that time you got tumbled by a brick, so
Yeah, it's true.
wasn't really the dog's fault.
Eh,
The dog was just there. You were already
I got
injured.
rumbled by a brick, really. Load up on bullets from this guy. He won't need them.
Just hate how you feel like you touch them.
Yeah.
You can feel them make contact with your hand, but they don't die.
Yeah. The worst part is like smashing one and being like, haha, got you. And it's like, zzz.
Oh!
Like, apparently I'm just weak. I'm unspeakably weak. I think I left my watch inside you last time I was here, dude. Do you mind if I check?
Just gotta reach in there.
Mm-hmm. No, it's still not there. Okay, I'll try again next week. Hello?
So like, oh well. Don't get caught on the doorway.
You can't tell me what to do.
Oh! Triangle is heal?
Triangle is heal. Also, we need to put the pad back on this PlayStation controller.
Doing some surgery here. Do not surgery yourself towards the werewolf.
Everything's fine. Everything is... Yeah, there we go.
Oh no, friend is leaving.
I'm not done with you yet.
He's got long arms. Big mouth. Such reach. Oh,
You know what? Fuck you. There. Yeah. Oh. Where do you think you're going? Fuck you too.
alright.
Haha.
Go to sleep.
I am the best at combat. Skill. Pure skill. Pure skill.
But now you have no fire.
I'm sure we can procure more fire. There are people who were just leaving blood everywhere last time.
No. 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 Yes. Good. The large man did not
Like a
take them.
hot knife through mobs. Like a hot knife through hash.
He called you a cursed beast.
That's sexy beast, I'll have you know.
The curse was temporary.
I had the curse taken care of. Hello. Do you want to be friends? I have bad news for you. All right, now that that's taken care of,
So the body horror thing that I always think of, and the thing I think that is most similar in some ways to this, is The Thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely. The Thing also fronts the same kind of, like, idea of Alien, I would say, that you can be violated in ways that you don't come back from, and not only, like, harm you, but turn you into a perpetrator of what was done to you.
Exactly. Just that a part of you can change, and then you become inhuman.
Yeah. You become, in fact, the mechanism by which everyone you care about is destroyed. Okay. Okay.
Does this one just talk to you without you triggering it?
Yeah, I didn't have to do anything there.
I've heard I have. Shutting up them doors isn't always enough. Well, if you once has got off your arse, it's...
She knocks back. I have no place for you to go. I'm sorry.
good for nothing. No respect for the elderly is what that is. Fat little good you outsiders do.
Who are you calling fat?
Admit it. You think we're all mad, don't you?
I don't have a positive opinion of you all.
I know all your tricks.
Look, I'm just very alone right now and very frightened, and I've killed a lot of people tonight, lady. I don't understand what's going on or why I've done any of these things. Light is good, right?
Yeah. Not just for directing your attention places.
Always our friend. Yeah, we self-defensed ourselves a lot tonight.
Yes.
We just straight up murdered that man. We ambushed him.
Not a man. It's
Not a
fine.
man. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Let's go meet one of our only friends in this game.
Mr. Barrel. Oh!
No, Mr. Barrel! You all saw it. It was self-defense.
I just love that like a lot of games when you're high up, falling just kills you. And in this case, it traps you forever in some locations until you die.
Really?
Well, not like forever, but it's like you have to find a way out, and you have no idea where you are.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
You don't have like your sight lines or your vantage point anymore to see where paths are. Or maybe you just lose all of your blood echoes, right?
Yeah. Oh, for fucking out loud.
So now you're in a hole. Rats.
With rats.
Your blood echoes are down there.
Why did we fall?
Greedy.
Not even. I was standing way back.
You tried to swing and hit the thing, and
Yeah.
it just toppled in, you know? You wanted an item.
Like I even
You can't
like...
want things. This is very zen.
See, that just actually makes me really not want to play anymore.
Losing your blood echoes down there? Why?
No, just like falling off that ledge.
Oh.
Because the game is like, whenever you attack, you take at least 7 steps forward.
Don't get cocky. Then the real punishment begins.
Like, yeah, so far we don't really have an objective. We've been told to go to some place, but we don't really understand why. It's just that presumably the church will help us.
Yeah.
Or at least Gilbert believes the church will help us.
We've also been told we're a hunter and this is all our fault.
Yeah, and that we have a role to play here.
And that pale blood is a thing.
Yeah, seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. So, this thing that we're trapped in is something we need to escape. And, like, that's our information. We're like, presumably we ask Gilbert about pale blood? Because we never hear our half of the conversations?
Yeah. But he helpfully repeats the question for you. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you want, never heard of pale blood, but blood he can help with.
Special blood, church blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we can't die.
Unlike the Souls game, you don't lose your humanity for dying.
No, the equivalent here is insight, right? Your insight stays with you forever, which is maybe worse than losing it.
I would posit more that you lose your humanity through killing in this game.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the only mechanisms you have to do things.
Yeah. Like, insight is a real double-edged sword here. But yeah, humanity is not measured, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of immutable. It's not a thing up for discussion. But you never see it, and it's a thing that we're kind of trained to look for in these games.
Yeah.
So let's try meeting our only friend in this game again. Or one of our few friends in this game.
Your favorite friend?
Oh. A hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter.
Okay.
Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
Burb Mom.
So that's the thing about humanity.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts. No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves. What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots.
Yeah, Eileen, the hunter's mark does give us an avenue for escape. It allows you to awaken without losing blood echoes. Well, that seems useful. What does it mean? Well, it means you die. And you wake up back in the hunter's dream. Or, no, sorry, you wake up back at the lantern. Ying, ying, ying. Good luck, contiguous kitty cat. Calculus is nothing to be afraid of. Which calculus is it? Please be dead. We just snuck up on that man and straight up murdered him.
Now we getting shooted at.
Yeah, which seems fair. Calc 2? So, like, integration?
Yep.
Easy peasy. There's integration by parts, and there's integration by not parts. There's no tricks to integration. You just kind of have to know how to do it, and it sucks.
I liked it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's really important. It's just, unlike Calc 1, where you can be like, oh, well, you use the chain rule here, and use the product rule here, and use the quotient rule here, and you apply them in order, and you do this and this and this. In integration, it's just like, no, there's no quick and tidy single method for doing these things. You just have to be able to look at the thing.
Stands there for a long time. Oh,
Hello.
Yep. And Smash.
Yeah. Well, that could have been bad, but instead we just beat the ever-loving piss out of him. Yay us! Now our souls are all the way down there. How do we get down there? Well, we have to kill more men. Laplace transforms? It's a bit beyond the scope of Calc 2, which seems to be largely about drawing the summa and setting parameters. But hey, even then you're only integrating over x.
All you need is linear algebra forever.
Yep. God, linear algebra was a course I almost didn't take. And if I hadn't taken it, I would have been effed. I would have been utterly effed.
It's the only thing I still use regularly.
Yeah.
I mean, signal processing, yes.
Okay, yeah.
But
like, I mean,
linear algebra.
I do use a lot of integration, but linear algebra was just so ludicrously useful when I was doing my research, right? If you ever have to program computers to do anything in, I was going to say,
any reason,
yeah,
really.
but like working in 3D, doing vectors,
matrix multiplication.
yeah,
Set theory. Yeah.
it's ludicrously useful. Do yourself a favor, take it. You'll get probably quite a good grade because, well, I mean, like, unless you're me and you can forget about things like positive and negative signs quite easily. I'm adding a negative. I'm adding a negative. I'm negativing an add. I'm subtracting. I'm adding a thing. And why won't it work? It won't work. Why won't it? Oh, I forgot a minus sign here. I subtracted when I should have added. You'll probably get an A. Okay, here we are.
Yeah, now if you're me, you just can't read mathematical symbols. You're just like, I remember what this here theta does.
Yeah.
Sure.
Totally. Where do I even go?
Do you
Okay,
jump
there's a
over
ladder.
that ledge to the ladder?
No, there's a ladder down near the entrance, actually. That's right. And that's where our souls are. Or blood echoes.
Yeah.
And there's another thing over here. I don't even know which side of the thing I'm on. Yeah, stats is also really important if you're doing anything in the sciences. Knowing when you've got a meaningful result or not. Very handy. I have an R² of 0.98. Is that good? I don't know. It depends.
I hated stats so much. But Baze is a cool dude. He's fine. No. Yeah, they will be down in the water unless a rat picked them up.
Yeah, in which case they'll be up top. I should probably actually just drop down on them because I don't think there's any way up onto those ledges from down here. I think you just have to fall onto them, don't you?
I don't know.
Like, almost definitely a rat picked them up. But they have to be on the correct... Like, I don't want to risk falling down onto the wrong side here.
That's a rat.
That rat doesn't have them. You can tell because their eyes glow.
They have like a smoky aura.
Yeah. So it's on this side.
Rat friends, there they are.
Yep.
Retrieve it.
Yep.
Ho, ho,
Got
ho.
there. That rat had a throwing knife inside it. Shame about that. The question.
Spear?
Spear or cleaver?
You can try out the spear for a little bit. Just
Yeah. I mean, the saw cleaver does slightly more damage right now because I think the spear is more weighted towards...
long distance?
Yeah.
Or mid-range, rather.
Yeah.
Get the pokey poke.
Oh, right. And then there's the transformation moves
Yeah.
where you get, like, an extra free move out of it.
Yeah. If you trigger it at the right time, but then...
Yeah.
Again, very heavy risk reward.
Indeed.
You might overcommit and be in the wrong mode
Yep.
with your weapon. But you might also just get that extra hit in.
Yeah. And that hit is probably going to make the difference. I want to just go back to actually Saw Cleaver, just because I like how it looks a bit better.
Yeah.
And as things stand, the little bit more damage might be quite important. So we've got a kind of a peculiar item now. Oh wait, we can't change on here.
Am I
We've
allowed
gotten
to
our
fire
first-
people from the chat? Hey Corey, how are you liking the game?
Fair question. What do you think of the game, Corey?
I like the game.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a good game.
Yeah.
I didn't get very, I remember getting past Gascoigne and maybe a bit more, but other than that, I think I just ran out of time.
that's fair. I really like this game a lot. I love its feel.
Right.
So, okay. Where were we? When we were talking...
I remember talking about the thing.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with The Thing, it's a very good movie that is about a bunch of scientists and, well, scientists, I guess, in Antarctica who are now trapped there over the winter when they encounter, well, the thing.
A dog.
Yeah, a dog. A perfectly normal dog, actually, which is probably relevant to what we're doing here. Being chased by their neighbors, who were a group of Norwegian scientists,
Yep.
in a helicopter with a rifle.
And I think explosives?
Yeah, and explosives. And they are real hell-bent on killing this dog. And they don't kill the dog because the Americans protect the dog. The dog runs directly into their arms. Because dogs are friends. All dogs are good.
Yeah.
Dogs are our friends. And we love them very much.
The helicopter goes down for some reason that I don't remember.
They land the helicopter, I think. And then one of them drops one of their explosives.
Ah, yes.
Now we go the long way around. Back up to the other side so we can get our hunter's gear. We get a decent armor set. And then we can go and level up. Yeah, they're all good dogs, Brent. And basically what the thing is that the thing is an alien organism that takes over your body. It's never really explained what the thing itself actually is.
No.
The thing seems to be a different way of your cells behaving.
Well, there is a spaceship.
There is a spaceship that crashes, but that's implied to be just from one of the other things, or one of the things other victims.
Yeah.
So the Norwegians were blasting in the ice, and they found a flying saucer. And they retrieved something from the flying saucer. Or no, they retrieved something from outside the flying saucer.
Yeah, and they
that
thawed it.
froze,
Yeah.
trying to escape from the crash. And they thawed, and it kills them all. And transformed them into this thing that is just a dog. All that's left of them is this dog, this perfectly normal dog. And what the thing's cells do is that they turn your cells into predators of other cells. And you become like this chimera that can adopt certain forms, but is mainly a giant, greebly, horrible monster.
Well, it's still kind of sentient.
Yeah. Well, it's still you. It still acts like you.
Until it's exposed.
Yeah.
And then it just goes all out.
Yeah. I'm doing so little damage to these things. So much
There's a really
reach
good
to
short
it.
story from the Thing's perspective.
Oh yeah, called The Things.
Yeah. Which I really like.
Yeah. Essentially I go watch it. Basically the Thing is a pattern of behavior that takes over your body. And it takes over the body of everyone around you. And
But it spreads by infection.
yeah, and when exposed, it turns into this chimera of all the things it's ever been.
Yeah.
Which, you know, usually lends it some kind of terrible survival capacity, because all it needs to survive is just a tiny fragment of things. And it's another one of those stories where your body is really just fuel for it. Like, dismembered pieces of these scientists' bodies start wandering around, right? Sprouting spider legs.
Yeah.
Or other appendages. And it's all just flesh for the Thing. Each cell is as much the Thing as the entirety is.
Yes.
Whew.
Ooh.
Skill. Hold your horses, I want to get the hunter set.
Yeah, you attack the nothing. Are you stuck in between the coffins? Try rolling?
I am.
Oh no. You're off the ground, aren't you? Oh, good.
There we go. I could jump.
Close.
The pad came off the thumb thing again.
It's lost to the ages.
Yeah, it's around here someplace. I'm sure it's fine.
Stick still works.
And really, isn't that all of what any of us need? A functioning stick. I mean, they're never clear on whether you die when you become the Thing.
But just that you're part of the Thing, and the Thing
Yeah.
is in control.
Yeah. I mean, like, your body certainly doesn't seem to work the way it did anymore. Is that person gone? When the Thing is impersonating someone, it retains all of their memories.
Yeah.
It retains all of the behaviors of that person enough to be, like, a convincing doppelganger.
Yep. Is what makes you you.
Yeah. Like, to a very large extent, what makes you you is still present.
Like, does yourself live in your brain, in the meat mass up here?
Well, that's a really interesting question. Like, there's this Douglas Copeland story where one of the characters is, I think she's stuck on a plane, basically, and starts asking, like, you know, Christians believe that, you know, you die, you go to, or during the rapture, right?
Right, you
We'll
lose your
all,
body.
yeah, we'll all bodily go to heaven, right?
Right.
But what is your body anyway, right? Like, what is actually you? Because your body is mostly water, right? Is that water you? That doesn't seem critically you, right?
Are we the ship of Theseus?
Yeah. And like, what about all of the things that make up your body, right? Like which
Which parts can you take
components of
away?
your body? Yeah, like which is the indescribable you, right? And she's like, is it your brain? Would there just be like lumps of brains showing up in heaven, in the rapture, right? Would it be your nervous system? Would it just be like huge strands of DNA plopping around, right? Like what
Like
is?
I assume, like in that image, it's supposed to be a whole body thing, because body fragmentation is supposed to happen in hell and not in heaven.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why you always get like images of demons eating people. Or
Oh,
pulling
yeah,
off
and, like,
limbs and stuff.
Yeah, and the like
Or
the
stuff that's very like this, where like, people are like burning or things like that.
yeah.
So that's very hell.
Well, you see, like in Gustave Doré's like engravings of Inferno, or in like, well, in Inferno, right? A lot of things like people being sliced apart
Yeah.
repeatedly.
Yeah. So body fragmentation,
Yeah.
old school horror.
There's a new book by James Glick, who wrote The Information and Chaos. Two books that I really like, Information and Chaos. His new book is about time travel in fiction. And
Okay.
it's something that I've often thought about, which is that the concept of the future
Yeah.
in fiction is something very new for us, right? It showed up basically with the Time Machine.
Yeah.
And before that, we had a lot of, like, fantasies, right? Things like, you know, like the Iliad and the Odyssey,
Yeah.
right? Or Beowulf, or the Epic of Gilgamesh, where things happened in the mythical past.
Yes.
But things happening in the future is a very recent event. And that's his, or at least what I've read in reviews of the book, is that his thesis is that because for a long time the present didn't seem terribly different from the past. So it was very difficult to think of the future as being in any way different than the past as well.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
The Epic of Gilgamesh. Like, there are prophecies of the future, right? Like, Revelation is about, you know, the end of the world. We
Yeah,
were
or
just
like
talking
Nostradamus.
yeah, we
things
were
like
just,
that, yeah.
like, we were just talking about, like, the rapture.
Yeah.
And, like, if you've never read Revelation, it's weird. Revelation is profoundly weird.
Bible's got some things in it,
Yeah.
you know.
I guess we could just go back now,
Yeah.
couldn't we, to the Hunter's Dream? I don't think there's any more items that we really need. Although we could open this shortcut up here after the big pig.
Risky.
I don't know if we do enough damage to the pig in order to really, like, not just die to it if we mess up. So I'm gonna go back to the Hunter's Dream now. Bold Hunter's Mark, yes. But Revelation is not about... It's not a science fiction future, right? It's not a future that's wildly different from the present. It is... what's the term that's used in... to describe Christian millenarianism? It starts with an E.
Millenarianism.
Hat
making?
Not milliner, but, oh, shit. We didn't do the thing. Okay, so... An abandoned doll. That's strange. It's a very life-size doll. We can, however... Eschatology. Thank you. Sorry. Christian eschatology is... I don't know, like, do you consider the mark of the beast an element of the future, or is it something that's fantastical? Right? If you want to apply that thing to religion.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm going to use... We found this thing, Madman's Knowledge, right? The skull of a madman, touched by the wisdom of great ones. How do you know that? Making contact with eldritch wisdom is a blessing, for even if it drives one mad, it allows one to serve a grander purpose for posterity. Okay. And we crush it. Just crush a do, right?
Yep.
Across the valley to deep within.
Okay.
That's your...
Return to the Hunter's Dream. Let's go level up.
So science fiction as technology being the means by which the world is different?
Well, I mean, like... Yeah, I guess so. Like, science fiction always has this element of, like, the technology enabling some kind of change. Right?
Yeah, like people mentioning Frankenstein, which is like,
Yeah.
you know, commonly an early...
Yeah, oh yeah,
sci-fi.
yeah. Like, we usually recognize Mary Shelley as having written the first science fiction novel. But even that didn't deal with the future. It was a contemporary thing.
But it still had a technology in
yes.
it that didn't
Yeah.
exist.
I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you, to embolden your sickly spirit.
Now I want there to be like a discovery of some older sci-fi with like the Jacquard loom.
Yeah.
Like, just like
Yeah, oh,
really
yeah, yeah.
stupid.
Okay, so R3, tell me about these various things. So we can raise our stats now by using blood echoes, using the blood of these people that we've been murdering. Okay, so we have hit points, stamina, strength, skill, blood tinge, and arcane. So typically what we would want to do is raise... if we're going to do, like...
Do more damage?
Yeah, so these two both govern our damage dealing things. So our cleaver, I think, uses mainly strength, but also has skill scaling.
You looking up a calculator?
Yeah, Bloodborne saw cleaver. So we'll be using this for this stream, realistically. I mean,
Yeah,
I would
that
probably
makes
be
sense.
doing like a Chickage build if it was me, but yeah, so it has C or D strength and E scaling. So we could put most of our points into that. Here we are using up all our things.
It's a good first step.
Yeah. Blood tinge, maybe, to give ourselves a bit more pistol damage. I like blood tinge. I kind of like blood tinge builds. But even that's like, it tells you it's your skill governing, like, the strength of your pistol,
Yeah.
basically, because you're using... you're firing blood at people.
Did you speak with German? He was a hunter long, long ago, but now serves only to advise them. He is obscure, unseen in the dreaming world. Still, he stays here, in this dream.
Like,
Such is his purpose.
and there, like, the doll
Farewell, good
actually,
hunter.
like, basically explicitly tells
May
you that
find
the other
your
world is
worth
also
in
a
the
dream.
waking world.
Right? That Garamond doesn't go into the dream. Like, he stays in this dream, not that dream. Hello, little friends.
Aha. You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home. For now. I am
So what we've seen so far is very, like,
Gammon.
recognizable European horror, right? There is both elements of vampirism and
Werewolves.
here, right? Like, we see a lot of people transformed into beasts. We see, like, various stages of it, right? Where you have humans with, like, long, hairy arms and furry faces. Then you have the more, like, beast-like ones that were carrying the torch and the saw blades.
So again, consumption of blood and transmission by blood.
Yeah. And then you have, like, the full-on werewolves. But with the presence of insight and a couple of other elements that we're just seeing hinted at, there is something else peering through here, which is cosmic horror, which is something that only really started appearing in the 20th century. And it's a very kind of, like, capital M modern thing, in that it is...
This was once a safe haven.
Once we started learning more about the universe through, you know, scientific revolutions, and these things started building up as this accumulated knowledge, accumulated knowledge accumulated. As our understanding of the universe became more sophisticated, we realized to a greater and greater extent that we were not
Significant.
significant, and weren't at the center. And not only that, we were way off to the side and occupied, like, a very, what we used to call the classical scale, or what is still called classical scale. The scale of people and, cannonballs and frictionless surfaces and inclined planes is like this very middle scale, and that is neither very small or very large, right? The things that are governed by quantum mechanics or relativity. And it's the only thing that our intuition is any good at dealing with, unsurprisingly. And as a response to that, you have people like, well, H.P. Lovecraft, for one, writing stories about people discovering that the order of the world that we thought we understood is in fact not the order of the world at all.
And not being able to deal with the information.
Yeah. So, like, Lovecraft framed those, the true order of the world in the Cthulhu mythos as belonging to, like, the old ones, or the elder gods. And that's where a lot of, like, the visual elements of cosmic horror come from, right? But those are only the stylistic trappings of that, right? Like the tentacles and ooze and things that are unformed or strangely formed, things that are like gibbering with a lot of mouths and eyes. That's the aesthetic of cosmic horror, but it doesn't quite communicate the content of it, which is that our brain is not up to the task of understanding the scale of the universe, right? This thing that evolved on the savannah in order to help us, like, coordinate with other versions of ourselves and throw projectiles in such a way that we could hunt large, calorie-dense organisms, is incidentally also able to tell us all kinds of other things about the universe. But what if the true nature of the universe is always beyond our grasp, and there's nothing we can do about it, right? Let's give them a cute
we
hat.
shouldn't even try.
Yeah, that trying that is hazardous and fatal. Well, maybe not even fatal, but
Like, you lose yourself.
yeah, that possibility will drive you. That knowledge that you are unequal to the task is enough to break you. I mean, that's not something I personally subscribe to, but it makes great stories. Now we can fortify our weapons by rubbing blood into them.
That blood, what can't it do?
Not a lot, apparently. It's all singing, all dancing. Now, Lovecraft was, as you might know from his stories, a raging white supremacist. And, like, that figures very centrally into his stories. The idea that this hierarchy that he was used to, that had him at the top of the world,
Yeah.
was, in fact, a complete illusion, right? Because in Lovecraft stories, it's always this, the godless savages who are worshipping the elder gods, right? The uncivilized,
Cultists.
People are like the ones who have grokked the actual nature of the universe. Which isn't really complimentary as far as Lovecraft is concerned either. It just means that, like, they're debased for, even more reasons than he thought of. I'm not a huge fan of Lovecraft the person, but I like his ideas. We're doing so much more damage. Like, somebody in chat has brought up the Reapers in Mass Effect as being kind of like a Lovecraftian threat. And I agree with that, but even their scale is limited. Right? Like, they are still things that you can go and fight with, like, machine guns. And we know that because at the end of Mass Effect 3, we figure out how to kill them with our machine guns, which we just didn't believe in hard enough. Right? Like, an actual Lovecraftian or cosmic threat would be one that you just... the scale of what you understand...
I mean, you can ram a boat into it, but maybe that'll just make it go back to sleep.
Yeah. Maybe the scale that the powers of the universe operate on is just completely inaccessible to us. Maybe the truly powerful things of the universe operate on stellar scales, right?
Yeah, and the
Like,
people that are curious about it are vulnerable to it.
Yeah. Like a Kardashev scale 3 civilization that's harnessing the entire energy output of a galaxy is not something that's going to be at all, tractable to you. Alrighty, we're much more equal to the task here. I don't know. Maybe there's also, like, like the end of Gurren Lagann, where they're throwing galaxies around like throwing stars. Who knows? Maybe
But that's just because they believe hard enough in their drill.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, that's almost like a cosmic horror thing, right?
Well, like, they're fighting entropy.
Yeah. So let's go fight Cleric Beast.
Yes.
Gotta believe in yourself. Gotta be aggressive. Oh, let's see if I remember how to even fight Cleric Beast. I think you have to shoot it in its face.
That sounds accurate.
Usually a good strat,
I think you get real close to its crotch.
Yeah.
And then wait there.
Like, one of my favorite ideas to come out of the 20th century is the Fermi paradox, right? Which I actually think of as being a cosmic horror articulation. Fist goes in, tongue comes out. Hello. Luckily, the Cleric Beast isn't that aggressive, Has it regrown its face?
Yep.
There it goes. Wee, 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 wee. Wee, 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 wee. Put more blood back in.
How much story do the bosses in Bloodborne have compared to like Dark Souls? I mean, some of them have unique things, but like Cleric Beast here, is there like a specific story?
I don't think we ever know much about Cleric Beast. It's a very messy thing, Cleric Beast.
It's got growing pains.
How do we get more bullets? Right, we rip them out. There we go.
Yep.
Fist goes in, tongue comes out. Ow. Then we tried doing that for some reason.
Yep.
Oi, you!
Oh,
Gotta put more blood back in.
it's got its face back. Too late.
Ha! Alright, we were able to saw through one of its legs. Prey wait, prey? Oh,
You're a hunter.
I guess so.
So apparently those are what you're supposed to kill.
Yeah. Okay, that was our prey. That was our first prey.
Get a lantern.
Is Cleric Beast one of the Ludwigs? Yeah, I mean, like, Cleric Beast definitely does seem to imply that it is a church member. Right? It does, like, Vicar Amelia will look a bit like the Cleric Beast when we encounter her.
Welcome home,
It
good
is,
hunter.
I think, explicitly told to you
What
that
is it you
the
desire?
members of the Blood Church abuse the blood ministrations so much that they turn into these things.
Very well, let
Let's just do vitality and endurance since I'm big slops and like to spam.
the little ones, inhabitants of the dream, they speak.
Yeah, more like
Farewell,
chronic
hunter.
beast.
May you find your worth in the waking world.
What does that mean?
Gotta find your worth.
I guess so. Okay. Now we need to go and find Daddy Gascan.
I think I need to find more water.
Okay. Actually, do you want to take a break?
Yes.
We've been going for like 2 hours here. So I'm gonna go back to the dream. We're gonna take a break. I'm gonna
Top up.
out of blood, and then we'll come back in about like 5 minutes. Sound good? Okay. I'll see you guys in the future. Yeah, no, stop the screaming. Oh god, there's so much screaming. Oh, but they have a cute little hat. Hey, we're back. So I've reloaded all my beer. And acquired some crunchy food.
Yes.
The ideal food for streaming.
Yep. Don't worry, we don't have that much.
Yeah. Alright, let's go visit Daddy Gascan. By which I mean Father Gascoigne, who is an unusual guy. So, our first encounter with something that we would consider church-related has not gone well. we just got attacked by something called the Cleric Beast, which was like a 30-foot tall werewolf
Yeah.
with cleric in its name. Don't ask me how we knew it was a Cleric Beast. Maybe it had a stole or a mitre.
It was in front of a church. His Father Gascoigne's fun because he's literally a father.
So maybe the church isn't going to be able to help us. Maybe going to the church is not a great idea. But it's still our only lead. How do we even get there from here? Like, we have to go... all the way around various things. Yeah, we have to go all the way through the sewers and drop down. I would say Doom is not cosmic horror, mainly because it's a very kind of like...
In your face.
Well-
It's actually just a physical threat.
Yeah. I would say it's actually almost the opposite of horror. Because, yeah, you're fighting, like, demons and zombies, but they all succumb to the shotgun, right? Like, there's a wonderful little quip from... I forget which British author it is, but it's one of the very witty British genre authors who was like, yeah, I mean, people have been trying to fight demons for literally thousands of years with prayer and fasting and faith. Until Doom, nobody had thought about blasting him with a shotgun, and it seems to work better than basically anything else, so... Who knew?
Yeah, well, there's an aspect of horror that's powerlessness.
Please do not be doing the thing.
Aha!
Oh, I forgot. It's very hard to do visceral attacks on the stairs.
It's a thing you say every day.
Was it Terry Pratchett? Okay, yeah.
It's a very Pratchett thing to say. Just don't bump him.
Fuck.
Gunfriend has arrived.
Oh. Gunfriend will be leaving shortly.
Crunchy.
Like, we're killing these things by the ton, right?
Yeah.
But our reward for that isn't more power, it's a greater insight into how fucked we are. Alright, let's go and open the shortcut. Okay. I mean, the implication of the crows and the dogs is that either the church has been feeding blood to these things, or it's just the presence of this.
All the death.
Yeah. That's causing them to transform like this. Like, the implication of the game is that, you know, the first thing we're shown is that, or the second thing, I guess, is that we were very nearly succumbing to this transformation ourselves until we were saved by the messengers. The little ones saved us for their own purposes.
Oh, they kind of ghosty spirit wolf that was going to kill us at the beginning.
Yeah. The one that came out of the pool of blood.
Right.
Please, I don't know your voice, but I know that smell. Are you a hunter? Can you please go look for my mum? Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him, but now she's gone too.
Yeah, I suppose as carrion animals, the implication is that the crows are eating.
Just a lot.
Yeah.
And maybe the dogs aren't mutated. Maybe they're just starving.
Do you find my mum?
Oh, I didn't give our hunter the pince nez glasses.
It plays one of Daddy's favourite
Now we have to start over
songs.
now. I mean, like, there's a lot of other horror elements here going on. Like, Jim Sterling talked about this as a survival horror game that never lets up on the tension. That's totally fair. It is also a body horror game that never lets you forget that you are made of meat, and that meat can be altered in ways that are no longer compatible with your continuing, not only your life, but your...
Self.
Yeah, yourself, your intellect, your soul.
But I mean, like you talked at the beginning about using a lens instead of completely just classifying something.
Oh,
so.
yeah, exactly. Like, these are all useful things to use to interpret this game. I hate fruit flies.
I don't know about treating it as survival horror because you're not compelled to go out to get resources to remain alive, and you're not being hunted.
Well, I mean, like, to
You're
some
hunting.
Yeah, you are the hunter. To some extent, I guess there are farming sections where you have to go and get more quicksilver bullets and more blood flasks if you run up against a foe that, you know, you're having trouble beating. These losers have all lost their legs. Possibly because they're bad. These guys just got good, they would still have their legs like me.
Yeah. They've got parts of leg. Oop.
Excuse me, sir.
That one's got a hat. Oh, Chronicler, see, this isn't even the room with the most flies in it.
Yeah, that's the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Remember all that fruit that we used in Loading Ready Live?
Nope.
Bobbing for fruit? People thought other people were going to take that home.
Like me, for instance. I put it in the trunk of a vehicle and then traveled in a different vehicle, and then the food disappeared. So, clearly it had been taken care of.
Yeah. People were like, hey, Cam, do you want this eggplant? It has a bite out of it. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, see, if I had been there when that happened, I would have been like, no, that's my eggplant. I bit that eggplant because I wanted that eggplant. Instead, I was away, and I did not know where my veggies went.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I found out
They were here.
a couple days ago where they were.
Still.
Honestly, I just assumed Beach had taken them to eat them because it was from his car.
I mean, you can usually count on Beach to take things like that.
Yeah.
Right? Beach is very responsible like that. Or he'll be like, yeah, alright, I'll take it and put it in the freezer.
Yep.
We'll make something with it.
Well, like when they did that smoothie iron stomach thing, he like put
the what was it?
the lemon one?
Lemon butter? Yeah.
Licorice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was basically like frosting, right?
Yeah.
You add like a cup of sugar.
Yeah, he kept that with the intent of using it. He did not, but he still kept it.
Yeah.
When normally you would be like, why would you keep that?
All right. Let's
Pig it up.
Uh-oh. No.
So a pig in the sewers.
Why is the pig in the sewers? Why is it trying to land on... Oh my god! Oh my god. No! Oh, why? Oh, I think I lost my watch.
You gotta stop losing that. Maybe put it in the other hand. A hand that doesn't go in things' butts.
Oh, that is... unfortunately, it's like one of the most efficient ways of killing them.
Losing your watch? I see.
To defeat the pig, you must go inside the pig. Oh, there's no try jumping.
Aww. I wonder if you tried summoning people, someone would be there.
I don't know. I don't know how many people still play this game. Physically enter the onion.
Honestly, I think what's his Miyazaki just likes pigs.
Yeah. So we're going to go and open the other shortcut over here, and so that when Daddy Gas Can kicks our ass, we'll be able to just come back here.
Yeah. Pigs don't really have a place outside of like a 7 deadly sins metaphor.
Well, I mean, pigs also, like, they're handy livestock animals in cities because they eat trash. Right? Like,
I
people
don't see any pigs in my town.
Well, I mean, in medieval Europe, people raised pigs in cities, right? They're edible, they eat anything, they reproduce quickly, they eat detritus. So here we have another, like, kind of detrivore that's been horribly mutated. I'm being told pigs are weirdly picky eaters. I've heard quite the opposite.
Well, they'll eat a lot of things.
Alright. So we can sneak up on these guys.
Get stabbed. Oh, nice.
I mean, I've heard you'd never want to eat bear meat that's been around humans because they usually are like garbage bears and they've eaten trash and they taste hideous. I imagine pigs are probably similar. But, I mean, there's reasons why a lot of religions have strictures against eating pork. Anyway, here we are. We're in Yharnam. We still don't know why we're here. We haven't really met anyone who's been terribly helpful. Maybe.
I mean, you're also not supposed to eat camels. Don't see a lot of people lining up for that.
Maybe this guy will help. He seems to be working on... I'm sorry, I didn't know you were busy right now. I'll come back later. But, you wouldn't know where the bus station is, would you? Train station? Is there a place I could charge my phone? Do you know any place with Wi-Fi?
He seems fine. That predator breath.
Oh, you know what I've forgotten to do?
Inventory? Yes, the stabbins.
What's that smell?
I like that he has a hunter weapon.
Blood. Oh, it seems to me it's enough to make a man sick.
Right, like he's got the trick weapon for hunting.
Yeah,
He's
like this is
still wielding with a
quite
pistol.
clearly somebody who's also in your job. Damn it, missed. Shit. Missed the visceral. Missed the visceral.
I didn't realize he kept his face so much
Hmm.
with the blindfold.
Well, his eyes are hidden from us, right? Mm-hmm. Man, I really thought we were gonna one-shot him. Oh well.
Going back the long way. With our feet walking like chumps. Can't even fly.
Like, Father Gascoigne seems to be addicted to blood. To the point where later on we'll meet another hunter who refers to us as half-cut on blood. Which seems to be what is afflicting Father Gascoigne, right? Like, he has gone batty.
From using blood.
He seems to be something of a cautionary tale.
I do like to watch.
Ha! Idiots. What are you still doing here? I like how in bad advice there is, try emailing Graham. Well, half cut means, like, being half cut is half drunk, right?
It could be because of the transfusion, but it could also just be from your usage. Either way, it still implies that blood is
What's
causing some problems.
But, like, so what? Like, what is this game getting at? What is it trying to tell us by using these various things? feel when you're too deep inside a man to visceral attack him.
Nightmare fog.
So we don't... Rude.
Also rude.
Like, his moveset's pretty easy to read at this stage in the fight. He gets more unpredictable, though, once he started transforming his weapon.
There. You're plugging at those? No.
I hit the wrong button.
To show your true face, eh?
Well, we got our blood echoes before we died. Oh, we were so close on the first one. The problem is you start dodging around and you get hung up on geometry and he kills you. I think I remember the trick against Gascoigne is to be very aggressive. And just kind of lock him down, because you can parry his attacks.
Yep.
I think that was the trick. It's been a long time
Although
since
it
I
is
played
hard
this game.
once he does transform his weapon. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that you have the music box, which stuns him.
Only works, what, twice?
Twice, I think, yeah. The problem is that while he's staggered or stunned, he's stepping backwards.
Right, so you can't
So you have to be,
lock
like...
on.
Well,
It'd
also,
be like inside of him.
Yeah, you have to kind of already be behind him.
So we're talking about what does the game say?
Yeah. Like, what's the theme here, right?
Well, there's like, you know, surface horror, body horror stuff, and then the underlying cosmic horror.
Yeah, like... I forget who said it. I think it might have been Movie Bob, but it's a very kind of like old idea that if your story has... If your movie has a story, then it has a theme, right? Even if you don't intend it to be.
Right.
Right? Like, the Michael Bay Transformers movies have a plot.
So therefore
And
they
whether,
have a theme.
Yeah, whether they like it or not, they're also about things. Like, they're also about American militarism, and they're about, like, might being right. Even if they don't outright say that, that's what they're saying. So what is Bloodborne telling us? You. Yeah, I like that. Film critic Hulk saying every story is a parable, whether you mean it to be or not. Right? Like, what's the theme here? Healthcare is bad? Right? Like, doesn't seem likely. We need to know about this story in order to know what it's telling us, right? So what I remember happening is that basically people started to explore the Chalice dungeons, which are the thing that you get into later, which is kind of like the, Chalice dungeons are procedurally generated content for the game, right? And what they do is you collect items, you mix them together in a thing, you use the thing, and you go into a dungeon. You gain
And you
access
do that
to
from
it.
the Hunter's Dream, right?
Yeah, you do it from the Hunter's Dream. And what it is you create like this concoction and you drink it, right? So it's implied that the Hunter's Dream is an internal space. It's another dreamlike state that you can go into. And again, you acquire things from inside it. And what people discovered inside the Hunter's Dream was that you could use blood to treat injuries, right? That this may be something that Christians recognize, but that blood was the key to everlasting life. In some ways. Then it started corrupting.
So pursuit of power.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ba-ba-bum, 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 ba-ba-bum. Sweet. Sorry, I don't remember how to read his moveset when he's in this mode. And he hits so fucking hard.
Yep.
Why can't I beat this guy?
He's not easy.
He's not easy, but I mean, I got pretty good at it.
I mean, a lot of people stopped playing the game at that point.
Fair. Okay. Remind me again. Figured out in the Hunter's Dream that you could use blood to heal oneself. And the Healing Church kind of monopolized it. I really should have done research on this. Read the lore on it. But it's also kind of implied that the Chalice Dungeons are an actual physical place. Because there's a place that you find in Yharnam that is the Hunter's Dream. Like, you actually do find the Hunter's Dream in Yharnam with the doll. But the doll is inanimate.
Right.
Except for, like, a tiny little, like, finger twitch.
Ifs and or was saying that the Great Ones are sympathetic and change things in their presence. And then humans abused the sympathy to become like them.
Ah. Or the fishing village.
Bergenworth has a trapdoor to the Chalice Dungeon.
Okay, right. Yeah. But I do like the, like the Chalice Dungeons are both at once like a metaphysical place and an actual physical place, like the interiority of the mind that is accessible through the chalices. Also has a physical analog.
That is cool.
Yeah, and that's where you discover the old ones.
The Great Ones.
Yeah, the Great Ones, sorry, yeah. I forgot what they called them here.
Yeah.
But it's the things like Murgo, right? And the Moon Presence. Anyway, we seem to have found the little girl's father. With Father Gascoigne. Anticipating our next death. At least send the elevator back.
Just don't get rolled by the boulder.
That would be embarrassing. Yeah. We've met her dad. He seems like a pretty good guy.
Again, I like father as title and actual literal father.
But, like, if we're going to call Bloodborne horror, how well does it adhere to any of our definitions of horror? Right, like what's disquieting here? What's the... If horror is the thing that upsets us and frightens us and makes us question our assumptions and that we can't look away from, then what's the horror element here? Does this class qualify as horror using those definitions? Like, I feel very strongly that this is a horror title, so maybe my definitions need work. Yeah, Shield Guy didn't make it this time.
Just because you don't find it unsettling or that engaging of an idea?
Well, there's nothing here that upsets me,
Yeah.
right? Like, when you watch Alien, when you watch The Thing, when you watch The Exorcist, when you watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? There are things there that kind of, like, worry you,
Right.
right?
Because, I mean, like, Alien is not just the danger. Like, a lot of the suspense is from the danger, but also there's moments where it's just like the chestburster scene,
Yeah.
where it's just like, oh no.
But if, like, the horror element of the Alien is that it is a thing that uses us, and then we... Like I was saying earlier, that, like, the terror of Alien is the alien itself,
Yeah.
right? The, Okay, let's regroup.
But, like, the expectation is that, you know, a predator creature is going to use this as food, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
Holy shit, he's just kicking our ass here. He's kicking my ass here, not our ass.
Our collective ass. You see
Yeah.
the chat. Chat is also getting kicked.
Yeah. Oh my god. Have I just, like, completely lost?
You gotta focus. Alright.
Come on, give me one good parry here.
There we go. Gonna get it?
Fuck. Dodge away from Father Gas. Dodge away from Beast Mode. No. Does it dodge away from Beast Mode and side to side when he's in Hunter? I think you have to go side to side when he's in Beast Mode.
Or towards him when he lunges?
Maybe? I'll get you. Like, we're immune to the monsterdom, right? We're immune to this transformation because we're guarded. Like, our soul is guarded by the messengers.
Right. But there is a chance, let's say that, like, okay, we're kind of gaining power, right?
Yeah, we're using all this blood.
And there's a chance that if we're not paying attention, we do become a monster.
Well, like, the developers for Dark Souls said that your character can go hollow in Dark Souls. In fact, that's what happens when you abandon a character. Like, if you abandon a playthrough, that character goes hollow. I mean, it never, like, happens in the game, but that's what happens in lore.
Right.
Right? You've been given up on.
Man, I've hollowed, like...
Yeah, hundreds of dudes. So yeah, but is this Yharnam? Like, we are
And are we responsible?
Yeah. We are projecting into Yarnum from the dream. Bricked right in our mouth.
So it's like, what happens if we don't come back? Does the hunt continue?
Yeah. So we have to die in the dream, which is what
Germain?
Garam
Yeah.
offers us at the end, right? He's like, I can end it for you right now, right? You don't have to go on like this. You've completed what was asked of you, and you can go on. Or you can wake up from the dream and step out into Yarnum, or if you've done things correctly, or maybe not correctly, but you can battle the moon presence, right? Which is the force behind the messengers. If you consume all the umbilical cords.
Yeah. That's why you have a chance to become a child of the Great One
Yeah.
and ascend humanity. Like,
Yeah.
follow through with what I guess the church's plan was?
Yeah, like you found the pale blood and then you transcend the hunt, which means waking up from the dream. But what does any of that actually mean? Like, there's the lore, and then there's what the lore means. No. Why am I so bad at this? I'm out of bullist. So yeah, okay. There's all kinds of things that happen in the game, but what do they mean?
And is it a horror?
Like, what's the horror element?
I feel like it might actually just be the body horror.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Like, knowing things does change you. Yeah, is that one of the elements here? Seems to be.
Yep.
Right? Like, that you gain insight by eating skulls or smashing skulls. The visual, like the use thing for the skull is the same thing for using humanity.
Yeah.
Right? In Dark Souls, right? You kind of crush it or absorb it. Where are my souls? Where are my souls? All right.
I feel like it's side to side for this gas coin, and then Beastie One is depending whether he's going to do the slash attack with the lunge.
I just have to read his moveset, right?
It's gotta get good.
Yeah. Maybe one more.
Gotta make a new one.
Uh-oh.
That worked. almost. Yeah. Got there.
Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, the entire time, Father Gascoigne is screaming in pain, even while he's taunting you.
Mm-hmm. And also try to steal all your blood.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, I have cold blood dues. Do the do.
Crush it, do.
Crush a do. For extra souls. Which can be exchanged for goods and services. So now we've come to Aiden Chapel. Aiden Chapel.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire?
For the sake of my own entertainment, I'm going to level this character as if they are going to be using Chikage. Because I need Karate Sword. What do you need? What are the stats you need? 10 strength, 14 skill. Well, I've already completely blown it then, because we put too many points into skill. Or into strength.
Strength, yeah. Can
And
you
then
take
it
them
also
out?
levels with Blood Tinge. We need 12 Blood Tinge.
The little ones, inhabitants of the dream. They find hunters like yourself.
And like,
worship
look
and
off in the
serve
distance
them.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Speak words they do not. But
Repetition.
Yeah.
still, aren't they sweet? Farewell, good
Like-
hunter. May you find your work.
This could have quite easily been nothing out here. But instead we have these regular pillars
Yep.
stretching off into infinity. Is it a grid?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a grid. 90 degrees, right? Yeah, like... Why? What are they? They don't seem to be other dreams. You'd think if they were other dreams, they would be at the same
But
level.
do they have crenellations on the top?
They seem to.
Mm-hmm.
They're irregular. Yeah, like we're underneath something.
It's holding up the roof.
Yeah, like pillars of the world.
Hmm. Or you're in an interior space.
Yeah, like this. Well, later on, we'll see, right? Like, the moon comes for a visit. Wait, where is Garmin? He's missing.
Maybe he
He's
went
gone
for
away.
a ride,
He did.
like the changeling.
Yeah, the moon is a lot closer than it looks.
It ain't that big.
Yeah. Like, what do I think of the Hunter's Dream aesthetically, and what does it tell me? Like, the fact that it is a chapel, right? Like, it's a very, very small little church.
And also a home.
Yeah, and a home tells me that it's less, it's less grand. It's the smallest structure we see in this game, right? Like, there's probably, there might be smaller things when we go into the wilderness, But even that feels much grander, right? Oh, it's the little girl's mother. We are very sad. She is dead. She is the dead's. It's, it feels like a more real place of faith than the church here, right? Like, it seems to be designed to ooze legitimacy, which also seems to fit with what you learn about, like, what the dream is supposed to be, right? That you have been chosen by something for your own for its own purposes, right? Like, the moon presence has selected you to be a hunter, right? And so it puts you in a place of worship.
So the messengers can worship you.
Yeah. And also to put you in that mindset. Why a doll? Why not a person? I mean, doll definitely acts like a person. She has all the behaviors of people. She is a she, not an it. But why is she a doll? Yeah, like is the, is there something of like a Protestant Reformation to the Hunter's Dream? Rather than like these enormous, elaborate churches.
Having a very personal, close church.
Yeah. Yeah, very personal. Yeah, I like that. Ah, it's our buddy. Hi there. I once accidentally hit
also
this guy.
attacked.
Oh, I
the
felt
first time
so
I saw-
fucking bad.
Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good, good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does. Always has,
Long arms.
since forever. But it won't end nicely. Not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going mad. The screams of women folk. The stench
I like
of
the
blood,
spelling of women
the
folk.
snarls of beasts. None of them's too uncommon now. Yarnum's done for, tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about them, tell them about this here in chapel.
Can we throw up the preview?
Oh,
The incense walls off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell them to come on over. If you're in mine.
There we go.
all right. So we have a place of sanctuary.
I know I shouldn't be, only if you happen upon someone while hunting, if they seem odd, and I do sincerely.
So that's something we can do. I forget the order of things to do now. Because we can go... No, we can't do that. Then there is a way to open the road to Vicar Amelia, which I think we have to go... Otherwise we have to buy a key. Oh, maybe this guy knows the way. Excuse me. I was looking for a... Holy shit. Oh, we're out of bullets.
That
Well,
makes
that's
this a little
awkward.
more difficult. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Before a friend arrives.
Yeah, what?
Kabam!
Yeah, we have to go around. I just forget the way around. Now... Let me load up on hit points before going over here, because if I recall correctly, this is a trap for reasons that will become clear later. I wonder what that was. Probably nothing important. Nothing is ever important. So we can do Old Yarnum now.
to Old Yarnum to take the tour, the grand tour of Old Yarnum.
We can go meet another friend who is totally stable.
And not suspicious at all.
Yeah. I forget his name.
I don't remember it.
The other hunter. The guy who's like a fanatic. And has the same voice actor as Solaire. Wear the hat, I'm not wearing the fucking top hat. It has bad associations now.
It's for murdering people with, though.
Bad dog!
Bad Axeman!
Alfred? Alfred, yeah. Who goes and kills our friend Annalise. That's her name, right? The Foul Blood Queen? The not vampires? You want to see what kills me more in this game than anything else?
Alright.
Two dogs at the same time.
You just have to hit them.
While you're getting shot at. Oh, we didn't aggro
Yep,
the
you're
rifleman.
doing fine. I
Okay.
don't know how you didn't, but... Because he's got, like, clear line of sight right there.
Yeah.
I guess you have to cross the halfway point. Go this way, said the
Yeah.
level.
Exactly. Our attention is immediately drawn to this shrine.
Yeah, let's look at that.
Well, that looks quite cool. Whoa, where'd you come from?
You're a beast. I knew it. That's precisely how I started out. Oh, beg pardon. You may call me Alfred, protege of Master Ligurius, hunter of vile bloods. So, what say you? Our prey might differ, but we are hunters, the both of us. Why not cooperate and discuss the things we've learned? Oh,
Yes,
very
jolly
good.
cooperation.
Very good indeed.
Mutton chops.
Take this to celebrate our acquaintance.
Such a friendly fellow.
Yeah, what a good guy.
Everyone's so friendly so far, except for the people that attack you.
Yeah.
Give
This
you
town is
things.
okay.
Blood guide your way. There must be oodles for us to share. Go on.
Who's he praying to, by the way?
I don't know.
As you know, the Healing Church
I mean,
is the
that's
fountainhead of blood
with the conical
healing.
helmet?
Well, I'm a simple hunter, quite unfamiliar with the ins and outs of the institution. But I have heard
Is
that
that
the holy
Ligurius?
medium of blood healing is venerated in the main cathedral.
See if chat knows.
And that councillors of the old church reside in the high stratum of the cathedral. If you seek blood healing, the church is willing. You should pay them a visit. Bloodworth is an old place of learning.
Yes. Everything that happens here is totally legitimate.
So Yarnum should be familiar to every hunter. Well, once a group of young Bergenworth scholars discovered a holy medium deep within the tomb. This led to the founding of the Healing Church and the establishment of blood healing. In this sense, everything sacred in Yarnum can be traced back to Bergenworth. But today, the college lies deep within a tangled wood, abandoned and decrepit. And furthermore, the Healing Church has declared Bergenworth forbidden ground. It's unclear how many of its scholars remain alive, but only they know the password that allows passage through the gate. Did you fail me the good?
Alright, so we've gotten 2 bits of information there.
He's so friendly.
Yeah, we have to go around the long way to open the gate unless we want to pay mad dollars. Which is kind of a giant pain.
Yeah, things. Madman's knowledge.
Madman. Madame. Oh, wait, we have to open the thing. I totally forget how to do everything in this game. Where's the switch? Where's switch?
Other
It was
side?
no, it was up top, and I just like rolled totally over it. Yeah, we have to go and kill Bloodstarved Beast, I think. Beep boop wee, beep boop wee, beep boop
Such
wee.
a labyrinth.
Beep boop wee, 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 beep boop wee. So, this makes sense.
Yep.
Architecturally,
Yep. Totally how things work.
there are always
that
windows
window
underground.
should always point outside.
Yeah, there are
Yep.
windows underground everywhere. Like, this game makes sense the same way that, or the architecture in this game makes sense the same way that the Overlook Hotel in The Shining makes
Sense.
Right? Like, there is something deeply wrong. But not in a way that comes out and is like, ooh, it's spooky. It's like, wait, that's out of place,
Yeah.
right?
You have to notice.
Again, I mean, I think that fits well with the theme, right? The more you pay attention, the more you notice that things are out of order. Right? The greater your insight, the greater your vulnerability to the horror here.
But Cam, it's the only way to know what's really going on.
Even the people who seem to know what's really going on don't really seem to know what's going on. Yeah, it's unsettling, right? Smash those boxes. I've been leaving a lot of boxes unsmashed.
That goes along with the passerby's question. So Cam, what does the divorced nature of some of the mechanics tell you about the game's horror setting? Like, you are dodge rolling quicker.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, it's very silly, right? Like, there are things in this game that are very serious that are also very silly.
Didn't you see the warning?
What in the...
Turn back at once. Old Yarnum, burned and abandoned by men, is now home only to beasts.
Normal building there.
They are of no harm to those.
Normal building, normal
Turn
function.
back, or the hunter will face the hunt.
Oh wait, there's a blood pizza here. Haha! Mine.
Free pizza.
I don't know why I started calling those things skull pizzas.
You said blood pizza.
Yeah, I did. Because I forgot what I originally called them. I called them skull pizzas, I think, to begin with.
Friendly old lady.
Ow. Let's see if I can micro before I die.
Joe.
Torch is important here. Oh wait, we've got... Wait, is this... Torch and Hunter's Torch. Ah, yes, Hunter's Torch is reinforced and actually useful as a weapon. The regular torch is just a light source.
One of these torches is just a torch.
I think you can actually reinforce the hunter's torch.
Alright. The passerby. Dodge rolling exists just as a mechanic in the world. It is part of the reality of the space you're in and has no effect on whether or not things are horrifying. I mean,
Yeah.
it can create silly situations just like the ragdolling of the corpses, but it's still just accepted as the reality of the setting.
Yeah, it's almost such like a an accepted part of Souls games that it would be conspicuous in its absence. Like the fact that you can pick up and use any weapon you see,
Yeah.
right? You are somebody who is like very conspicuously out of place here, right? People keep referring to you as a hunter, and I think the reaction that is expected is that you're like, the fuck is a hunter?
Instead of just like, yeah, I am.
Why is nobody helping me? But here we meet a guy who's like, why don't you turn back and not kill these things? That would be really appreciated. And you know what? I am. I'm not gonna kill these guys. Let's see if I remember the way through.
Adept, merciless,
Half cut with blood.
as the best hunters.
You know?
Oh, fuck off. Really?
Bullets. Yep.
The next time. thought.
Actually, it's like after 9 o'clock. Do you want to call it there?
Yeah.
I fucking hate Bastion.
Play of the game every time.
Yeah. No, you can't. At this point, you have to trigger his aggro. Later on, after you kill... I keep wanting to call him Paul. I don't know why. There's a monster.
Paul, if you're watching,
there's
just don't...
There is a boss you can kill. It opens a back door into Old Yarnum. You take the back door such that what's-his-ass doesn't... Jura doesn't see you. You can go up and talk to him, and he's like, oh, hey. You haven't killed anyone since you've been here, this spawn.
Yeah.
So, let's be friends. Parl. Yes, Parl.
Oh, Dark Beast Parl. Yes.
Yeah, Dark Beast Parl. Okay, so I think we're going to call it there. And I'm still left with kind of a so what here that I'm not really that certain about. Like, knowledge changes you. Okay. That is something to be feared. Right? Like, that is an element of... That is the source of the horror. The more insight you go, or that you gain, the more you see the world for what it really is, and the world as it really is something that you are not compatible with. Right? Like, as you gain insight, you start to see the
Great ones.
yeah, the great ones hanging off everything,
Yeah.
right? Which makes some sense if this is an inner space, because the one time that we ever interact with one of them, or well, one of the only times we interact with them is I forget how they pronounced it in the game, but the amygdala, right? In the outer nightmare, the outer dream, you fight one of the big tentacle things.
Right.
And that is the name they give it, is the part of your brain that is responsible for like visceral fear.
Right.
And so the fact that these things that are responsible for your fear response are hanging off of all the structures in Yarnum.
And you can't
Right.
interact with them.
Yeah, like the terror is baked into this city. But if that city is just a dream, right, or as part of the inner space of your mind, right, that I had something worked out for this. I mean, it's tempting to just be like, well, it doesn't meet any of our criteria for horror, therefore it's
No.
not horror, right? But that's unsatisfying because that's very like literalistic. That's using genre as a template rather than an interpretive tool, right? And if something that you feel is horrifying doesn't meet your criteria, then maybe your criteria need a
Adjustment.
yeah adjustment. Like, it incorporates a lot of tropes, yeah, but to what end? Like, what is the end here? Like, what is the theme? What is the story that it's getting at? Odd questions. Good questions, I think. Right? What do you think?
Huh. Like, I mean, there's a lot of general stuff about humanity, right? But this is all happening in a digital space.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I mean, like, that's my reading of it, right? That it's... Like, you accept the blood ministrations.
Yeah.
Right? And you never see that guy again.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you
I
wake up...
assumed he had died outside. I assumed he was one of the corpses.
Possibly, but, like, it's... Like, you sign the contract, that guy is like, all right, sit back, lay back, we'll get this over with. And you wake up in Yosefka's clinic.
Yeah.
Yosefka, who is very definitely not a blinded, bearded man in a wheelchair.
Right. I mean, like, there's no way to progress in the game without getting information.
Yeah. See, yeah, like, I really do feel that this is a horror game in a lot of ways. People are saying that, you know, the protagonist's or the character's ability to overcome the environment is kind of at odds with that. And
But the environment itself isn't the horror generator.
Like, the horror comes as you realize that the environment that you're progressing through isn't the threat, right? Like, these are all just other victims.
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly it. They're all in pain.
Yeah. And that the thing that's actually threatening you is the relentlessness of, like, that something else is going on that you can't fight at all.
You have no tools to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Or that the tools that you have spent all this time, like, learning and honing are, like, counterproductive, right? Are actually enabling it.
Right.
Yeah, you either escape, succumb, or transform, right? But you can't fight it, right? Like, one of the things that I really liked in Aliens was that the Marines get their ass kicked, right? Because you can't fight horror like that, right? You can fight the aliens, but you can't fight what they represent. Right, you have to be courageous against it.
Right.
You can't just shoot it. Anyway, yeah, stuff to think about, I think.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us tonight on Talking Simulator. I'm Cameron.
I'm Corey.
Yeah. So once again, like, all our content here on Loading Ready Live is brought to you by you, viewers, who subscribe to us and give us bits. And now we will go through all the people who have subscribed to us on this channel. Or tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Pudding Maker resubscribed for 12 months. Thank you very much, Mr. Pudding Maker.
Thank you. Tendrils of Swagony subscribed for 4 months. Thank you.
Octavia subscribed for 33 months in a row. Thank you very much, Octavia.
Jam Beyond That Ask, 14 months in a row. Corey, I still want your jacket. It's that hoodie that I have. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. Dryothant subscribed for 5 months in a row, saying, fist goes in, regret comes out.
Contiguous Kitty Cat subscribed for 20 months in a row. Remember to forget that you're an inhuman monster.
Deal. Lewis Williams is a brand new subscriber. Welcome to the channel, Lewis Williams. Thank you very much.
On Patreon.
Oh, Patreon. Oh, well, thank you very much.
Pseudophysics subscribed for 6 months in a row. Kaladesh Hype.
Ha. PixieCat87 resubscribed for the 3rd month, saying 3 is a magical number and I am a magical gamer girl. That's a thing. Totally a thing. I believe you, and I endorse that sentiment. Thank you for subscribing.
Kane Alexius subscribed for 25 months in a row. Thank you.
Good Sir Mortimer resubscribed for 31 months, saying, cool, Camborn.
And The Adrift subscribed for 6 months in a row. Thank you, The
Thank you
Adrift.
so much. All right. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed tonight on Twitch and who supports us on Patreon. As always, Ifsendor's just subscribed. Thank you very much, Ifsendor. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Maybe
But
ifs, ands, or.
ifs, ands, oh my god. Ifs, ands, ors. Yeah, ifs, ands, or. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. You were tossing out a lot of good stuff in chat tonight. I totally appreciate that. So welcome to the channel. Thank you for supporting us. As always, all of our content is free, forever and always, over on our website at loadingreadyrun.com. And we'll be back tomorrow with more stream content tomorrow on AFK. I forget what we're playing tomorrow on AFK.
Don't remember.
We'll figure it
that
out.
out.
You'll see us tonight or tomorrow night on AFK. We will be playing probably a board game of some kind. A large group of us. It's true. Okay, goodbye.
Good night. Oh no! Find the button.
No, where's the no? Okay, there. No, I found it. Okay,
good.